autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously.
Welcome to Super Bowl 21. We have Duke Szymanski, Anthony Tangor with you. Well, Michael Reeves joining shortly. Duke, how are you this evening?
I'm doing fabulous, Anthony, and I really appreciate you doing this with us and for us because getting these games announced is pretty cool. And the Super Bowl is a big deal with 30 teams and the amount of months that we toil in these games. It's cool to get it memorialized here. So really looking forward to working with you, Anthony.
Likewise. Let's take a look at what we have here.
God, I love that intro with the music and the logo. And we're getting first class, Anthony. This is very cool.
I don't think we have, thank you for that. I don't think we have a game number yet. And that indicates that, nope, that's not our game number. That's somebody else's game number. We have Houston versus Seattle. It's the Houston Oilers. I think, Duke, you've called every game along the way in the playoffs. Is that right for these teams, or maybe a handful of them?
Yes.
So what have you seen from these squads?
It's just it goes without saying that the level of coaching in this league is tremendous. But what's interesting about these playoff teams, particularly these two in the Super Bowl, but a lot of the playoff games that we did, is the quality, the stacked lineups. I see a 30-team league usually is diluted, Anthony. You see a lot of zeros out there and a lot of holes, but I don't see a lot of holes in these teams. Do you? Sure don't. This is kind of upper echelon of even autumn wind.
It's true. They're just excellent squads, top notch across the board. You name the statistical category, these guys are first and second.
All right, we have ourselves. Great. Do you do this, Anthony, when you look at your schedule and you see these games? You're gonna go, oh, geez, that's a tough game. Oh no, that's a tough game. They're all tough. I mean, this is a good league. These are some really good, talented coaches, and they're putting together great rosters.
Sure. I think I had Seattle in my division this time around, and it was not pleasant.
This is what year is this for you? The third year?
This was the third season. That's right, third season.
Okay. Like I said, it's hard to get, but you were 8-8 this year. That's a pretty respectable record, Anthony.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for. I must say, for my squad, the offense was just so bland this year that it was difficult to deal with as a coach. It was just so bland with Geno's card, very up and down this year. Geno Smith and then Breece Hall, who is a very, very chunky card. If you're not hitting the big numbers, you're not gonna do much in the middle of the card with him. We have a joiner here. Tim, welcome aboard.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Excellent.
Welcome. We have a game number, guys, but I'm gonna try it again. Getting word that Ken hasn't joined. We might be getting a second game number here.
One thing, talking about your offense this year, Anthony, don't you find it easier with a poor defense to play defense than to have a poor offense with cards? I mean, you can't teach offense without cards. It's pretty tough. You could be a great play caller.
But it really does depend. My first year, I had Jake Luton, I think his name was, as a quarterback assigned to the team because we didn't have a card of quarterback. See, that was actually...
He's pulling out the big games, Tim.
That was interesting.
I remember that. You couldn't make a trade because you're a first-year guy.
Yeah.
And you got stuck with him. So,
and that was more interesting because it was a challenge. I mean, it was a particular challenge, right? And trying to figure out the pathways to get wins was very interesting. This year I didn't have that interest, the same sort of level of interest. Just boring cards all the way around on offense. Yeah, it was. We do have a new game number on its way. How did your squad do this season, Duke?
I was 11-5 this year, And my first playoff game was against Paul Mankiewicz, who I played, thousands of times over 40 years. And 4 turnovers just was too much for me to overcome. Cousins threw 5 interceptions in the season, and then he threw 2 in that game. So that kind of sunk my ship.
For sure. Okay, we have ourselves a game, guys.
Well, that's good.
Stand by here. Yeah, our screen's a little big for my liking, but we'll see if we can make this work. Yeah, we can. I think we can. Barely. I'm going to do some resizing here. And we have kickoff, Duke. Let's get you on board here. Can you see the screen okay, Duke?
Yes, I can. Beautiful.
All right, take it away, please.
Okay, here we go. The number 21 Uber Bowl for the Autumn Wind League. We got the Houston Oilers playing the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's coached by Crowley. Houston's coached by Ken Briere. I've got Anthony Tangora with me. And also, I think Tim Polier is kind of sitting on the sidelines here. Looks like we've got a 1st and 10 now for Seattle. No, this is Houston's offense on here at the 25, 14-42. Just getting started here. Got a 4-3 defense for Seattle with 6s all over the place, Anthony.
Yeah, it's a good, excellent squad. These across the board, best defense in league.
Did you guys have a prediction before the game?
I'm reluctant to. You go ahead, Anthony. 3rd and 4.
Oh, I have no idea. I really haven't studied the teams. I played Seattle twice. Excellent pass D affected me. If I had to pick one, I had 2 interceptions in one game that were only because of the excellent defense, meaning the roll was at the margin of the margin of the card. Here's an off tackle, Connor.
Short gain. Okay, that's good. 3rd and 4 gets 10 yards. That's definitely short for a gain. But a 1st down for Houston at the 41-yard line. Looks like Michael Reeves might be joining us, Anthony.
He hasn't popped in yet, but he did let us know that we had to make an adjustment to the broadcast.
He might be back. He might look through the curtain. 1st and 10. Edwards, Goff's the quarterback. There's an 8-yard flat pass.
Down there? Oh, there he is. Thank you, Duke. 2nd
and 2. Edwards is the back behind Goff. Parham's the blocking back. Kelsey's the tight end. St. Brown split wide left. Lamb to the right. 2nd and 2. There's a look-in pass with a 5 there. I guess is run. No fumble, but he gets the 1st down. That's to the Seattle 44 as Houston moves across midfield and into enemy territory of the Hawks. Of course, like we've said before, Seattle with a good, excellent defense. 1st and 10. Connor's the back now behind Goff. There's a flat pass to Lamb for a big 3 yards in a cloud of dust. 2nd and 7.
So we see some flat passing here from Houston. I mean, they did not do that in the regular season. That's so true in the playoffs where the tendencies just don't come into play. Just 25%, which is 24th in the league in flat passing. And we've already seen a bunch of flat passing crossing up the regular season. There's another one.
Speaking of it, there's a one to Kelsey that falls to the ground, and it's 3rd and 7.
Anthony and I talked about this in the Slack forum that you have to get away from what happened during the regular season and just view it as a new game. It's so much history for other people to find out. It doesn't make sense to just, well, we did this, and we got to this point. You got to change it up.
Yep.
Well, you're one of the good ones that changes things up, Tim. You're hard to figure out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good coaches in the league that do that, though. I know by the failed choices I make, kind of looking at their tendencies, and then I'm like, he doesn't do that. Why is he doing that? Because it's working.
Yeah, yeah. That's the danger of scouting, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the things about going against Seattle, though, is in a 4-3 setting with an excellent pass D, throwing at linebackers is definitely a good strategy.
Yeah, that was a flat pass to just Travis Kelce for first down. This flat pass goes incomplete. 2 men in zone. Seattle stopped that one in 2nd and 10 at the 31 now. Oilers in field goal range for sure. There's a blitz showing for Seattle. They like the blitz. Look in, gets 7 yards on these. Oh, the old 6 flat path. That's a lovely thing to get. 3rd and 3. Houston at the Seattle 24-yard line. Edwards is the back.
Houston, number 1 in the league in this spot in converting 3rd and 3, 64%.
Let's see. 3-3-5 goes against the 3 wide receivers. So look into, and that is incomplete. An interception number doesn't help the cause. We're going to look for a field goal here for Houston, and it went on at 10. Whoa! And the Houston Oilers and Ken Briere draw first blood here in the Uber Bowl. 9:18 to play in the first period.
And that's kind of a storyline here. These field goal kickers have not been good. Houston, 17th in the league at 83%. Seattle, 67%, 29th in the league in field goal success.
Those lose games when you miss that many field goals. So it's surprising to see them here.
That's Bullock.
Yeah, and actually,
see that right there is the reason.
Yeah, and Bullock actually came through me, actually. He used to be my kicker for several years, and I was happy to get rid of him. He has a lousy card. But again, it's a testament to a 30-team league. Sometimes you can't make your team perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Short pass to Watson is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Seattle.
And you see Houston brought a second linebacker there, trying to get a hold of this guy right here, Cole Strange, in his 3.
3-4 defense for the Oilers. All 5s across the 3-man line. Interesting array of linebackers there with a 0-4-5-6. It's a short pass to Mostert. No, incomplete. You don't look for the receiver card on that kind of a call. 3rd and 10. 3 wideouts now for Seattle.
Anthony, when you have a second, cruise by those linemen and linebackers and take a look at their pass rush ratings.
Sure thing. You can see them all right here, though, in this box, if you'd like as well, in the pass rush box. Then you got Mack and Reddick, right? Yeah, there's Reddick.
3 wideouts, 3-3-5 defense. Dennis is usually quicker in calling his plays than he is today so far.
True, which is good for broadcasters.
Yeah, it helps us out. There's a bomb to Mims.
Got him.
That
Wheel back.
Seattle has had trouble protecting the passer. 19th in sack success blocking. So see him get through.
And just so we can bring in some viewers that are not normally interested in football, after the 3 straight completions to Travis Kelce, we got a shot of pouty face Taylor Swift. So,
God, remember the old days when we used to get all kinds of shots of Al Davis in the booth?
Yeah, yeah. Interestingly, they took a shot at
Swift and Al Davis.
They had a shot of Duke on the jumbotron, and everybody cheered.
Edward is by Edwards. So you guys are terrible. That'll get a big 2 yards. The guard couldn't make the block. 2nd and 8 for Houston at the 50-yard line. They lead 3-0. 7-12 left to play in the first half. And there's a short gain for Edwards off tackle. The guess was passed, and now Houston once again in Seattle territory at the 39. Connor's the back now behind Goff. Kelsey the tight end. St. Brown split to the left, Lamb to the right. And that's where the defense is going to knock that ball down. It was intended for Lamb, but knocked away for the defense. And 2nd and 10 now. Connor comes in. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Off tackle left, Connor.
Oh,
Ooh, a big 22 yards down to the 17. He busted it.
I felt he was one of the best runners in this set. I had to face him a couple of times, and it's just like, man, he is so good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right toward the top. Right toward the top.
Linebacker guessed right, but he hits the brackets there. That picks up 7 more right at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3. 5:06 to play, first period. 3-0 Houston, looking to score again.
No better red zone defense in Seattle. Number 1 in the league.
It's linebacker Edwards, gets past, but only 2 yards. And now it's 3rd and 1 at the 8. This is an interesting situation. You guys give me a call here.
Short pass.
Oh, the blitz showing.
Might see Connor run. It's Gus Edwards.
He gets it running. He doesn't get there. 4th and 1. What do you do?
Yeah, I thought if you got it,
Yeah, he's going for this for sure.
4th and 1. Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Again. I think Dennis calls run. He does. The center made the block. 1st and goal at the 3.
Got a 6 there. Look at that really solid offensive line. You definitely go for it there.
Oh, look at! I've never had an offensive line like that.
Yeah.
So he's got both Kelseys. Interesting.
In fact, I think if you put my 2 best offensive line in consecutive years together, they wouldn't be that good.
Yeah, Tim, I called that an Ed Barrow line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking with the kind of change in tendencies we've seen from Ken, throwing a lot of flats early, he may be setting up a different type of game plan he's wanting to use. Like if he wants to run, he may want to keep those linebackers at home a little bit more. He may be looking at, other things, but it could just be something he's showing early.
That's interesting observation. Yeah, that would be a possibility. There's the touchdown for Goff for 2 yards. The extra point's good, and the Houston Oilers get off to an early 10-0 lead in the first period. 2:24 play. The Uber Bowl for autumn wind. You're hearing the voice of Anthony Tangora, my color man, and Tim Bollier.
So Seattle in unfamiliar territory here, down 10.
Yes, that's true. Let's see what Dennis does.
Yeah, anybody here want to bet against Dennis? Anybody?
No, not me. I don't think I have a very good record against Dennis.
I don't think any of us do.
Most
Right
of
call.
one call gets 3 yards. Guess right, not horrible, but
Would have had 35.
That's a huge call.
oh yeah.
These are two teams that don't call run very often.
I like when you do that, Anthony. That's cool to see what would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been 2nd and 7 for Seattle. Dennis taking his time, making his calls. Very, very unusual. Flat pass. Disley. 2 men there, though, and it's incomplete. Ken picked the right spot to put 2 linebackers. Now it's 3rd and 7. Minute and a half to play first period.
Yeah, he's pressing all the right buttons so far.
So he has perfect containment on a linebacker off tackle, and he's got perfect containment from the right linebacker. So if Dennis is thinking of going for it as far as a 4th and 1 or 2, he's got those things to keep in mind if he decides to run it. I know he loves to run it in a situation like 3rd and 7.
He does.
Right.
Number one in the league running in this spot.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's one of the few that does like to run third and long.
Run.
He's using a standard offense here.
Yeah, he runs 32% of the time. The league's at 16% on average, double the league average in running
Interesting.
in this spot.
Yeah, that enables him to run more that way too, doesn't it? There's a short pass to Smith.
Oh,
Must run, and that's not a good roll on a must run. Oh, that hurts. And fourth down, Seattle will have to punt. 47 yards.
Yeah, and one of the things there, had he decided to run a linebacker, there would have been no containment because it wasn't a 3. It was a 3-4 set, and he moved one of the 2 middle linebackers.
and I didn't see if he was shadowing, and there's so little shadowing in this game.
Yes.
But Russell Wilson's one of the few to shadow, especially when you have all those 6-run linebackers. They can actually be effective, especially on fourth down in particular.
Yeah, and if you've already got really good defensive backs,
Off tackle.
then shadowing is something that you can consider a little bit more, because if the guy's already a 6 at corner, you're not going to help him on defender X rolls by double teaming. So
Good point. There's that 6 blocker getting the 7 yards on that one. Second and 3. Off tackle, Connor, 7 more yards. First down, Houston to 42. Oilers cranking it up here.
not just because Goff is a Detroit Lion in real life, but I believe the game I played against Houston, they ran an offense kind of similar to what the Lions run, where they're still going to run it on 3rd and long. It's not out of the question that they're going to run it. So
That's true. And we talked about Seattle running on 3rd and 5 to 10, tops in the league. Houston is number 2.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Hey, anybody that's listening to this replay of the game, you're listening to 2 of the most brilliant coaches talk strategy here. There's a key at Connor, off tackle left. Once again, that blocking looks pretty good.
Third and 2. You know the dice aren't going your way, but when you're correct keys and they're still getting 3-4 yards, setting up a 3rd and 2, but it's a long game. The dice give and they take.
That's true. 3rd and 2. Very important defensive call for Dennis here. I think he's going to go big or go home here.
Not showing blitz.
I would think there are a lot of people going to be coming in.
Oh, and he still got it.
Oh, my.
Again. Would have been good no matter what. Something interesting
Dennis,
that I've noticed in this game, have they come out much in pro set? I don't know that they've done it. He was almost entirely pro set in the championship game because he has a couple of running backs.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's a good observation. That's exactly. He's just running it back and forth. Off tackle, Connor. They're guessing pass. Another good block. Gets another 7 yards. Man.
and Michael, you're referring to Houston's offense, and if that's true, it's Parham is a good weapon because he can go deep and he's a 5 pass block, which is a nice combo for a blocking back.
And he's matched up against a 0 against this defense.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if that was it because we saw a ton of pro set in his last game.
I agree with you, Michael. I remember thinking Ken was kind of a pro set season with Connor being able to play fullback. So,
I mean, there's no accident. He's thought this one through. That's why we're in this formation.
Six, what do you think? Is this 2 more down territory?
that's why these guys are calling the game or playing the game, and we're calling it.
6 yards. Oh,
Field goal range out to the 39, so he's in range here.
I'm gonna send Ken some money to invest for me today. First and 10 at the 37 of Seattle with 10:48 to play in the first half.
Here's Parham.
Pat to Patrick. Goff can't hit him. Goff missed one. 2nd and 10. Edwards is the back now behind Goff. Still has Kelsey at the tight end. There's a blitz shown by Seattle. They love the blitz. End run Edwards. I'm against the pass. Linebacker can't make the play, and it's 3 yards and 3rd and 7. Ken comes up with 3 wideouts. Dennis and the Seahawks show blitz at the 34-yard line, and it's an end run with Connor. Oh, my! 26 yards he rips. Oh, it's
Stop short on the
containment. 4th and 2. And the kick is good. And it's 13-0. The Houston Oilers lead in the 21st Uber Bowl of autumn wind. Michael,
that would have been a miss if he didn't gain that zone. He would have missed it.
Yep.
Wow.
And Houston scored on their first three possessions against the good, excellent defense. So.
Isn't that something else? Seattle allows 14 points a game the whole season. That's pretty impressive.
Michael Reeves has joined us too. Welcome, Michael.
Howdy, Duke. So Seattle is the only team of these two. Of course, Ken just joined here just a few years ago, but Seattle has 2 championships under their belt.
Mrs. McBride, 2nd and 10. This is, and Michael, you and I have talked about it in some of the previous games. This is kind of a critical drive for Seattle to get across midfield here and maybe put something on the board because another couple of possessions and this will be the end of the first half.
Just any sort of momentum, agreed.
2nd and 10. Mostert behind Disley as the blocking back. Russell Wilson, the quarterback for the Seahawks. Dennis deliberate with his calls. He's thinking this out because Ken Deere is really playing some outstanding defense at this point. End run. -2. 3rd and 12 for Seattle at their 23.
Another big defensive call.
There's a regular season tendency for you right there. He's second in the league in end run men in zone. 29th in the league in line buck men in zone. Left middle wide open.
I want your opinion. Does Dennis throw a bomb here?
Let's see who he's got as far as his receivers are concerned. All of those guys on the receiver card, if they get it, they should get it first. He
throws a bomb. I'm saying he.
I'm saying he'll go short here. He won't throw a bomb.
Yep, you're right. Short pass to Watson, 11 yards.
We didn't get it. Oh, this is 4 down. He's going for it.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Okay, let me ask your defense on a 4th and 1. What do you play? He's playing a standard offense. Key White, Key Wilson. He might run an end run with Wilson here.
I think he's going to pick on one of the flats.
Which flat? The 0 or the 4?
4 is usually the safe play.
Okay, 4th and 1. We got our expert calls. Let's see what the experts on the field do. Dennis Crowley in Seattle has a 4th and 1 at their own 34. This is critical. This is a big call for the first half. Let's see what Dennis does in Seattle. 4th and a little 1, or a big one, as you prefer. Dennis very deliberate, and he had that way the last game. Linebuck Wilson, 3 yards gets the first down. Huge.
For as good as these defenses are, Duke, they're 28th and 29th, both of them in the league, in giving up first downs running. You can get first downs on these guys running.
Interesting.
See it there.
I'll remember that for next year. 1st and 10 for Seattle now, 6:54 to play. I'd say we have maybe 3 possessions left in the first half. This is another important part of the drive for Seattle. They get 3 yards there. This Mostert picks it up, and it's 2nd and 7 at the 40. Mostert stays the back, standard set for Seattle. I think Mostert runs it again. Off tackle Mostert, guessed run, but there's the offensive end called for, but he ain't a 6. And
look at that right there, 24 versus 29, almost fumbled the ball. Mostert was the 8th highest fumbler in the league this year with 6 fumbles, and he almost gave it up right there.
That's a great stat. Great stat.
Anthony comes up with him, doesn't he?
He always does. No, I mean, he's the numbers guy, no doubt.
3rd and 7. Still a standard set for the Seahawks and Dennis. 3-3-5 defense for the Oilers.
Dennis is thinking 4 down right now.
I think he is. I think he might run this with Mostert again. Maybe an end run with Wilson.
Yeah, if he's going to do it, he'll take it around the end.
3rd and 7. It's at 5:42 to play. It's a short pass McBride, and it falls incomplete. 7. I don't think Dennis is going to try this.
No.
That's a little too much. He's going to punt. Robbins, the punter, gets it 47 yards. Houston has an 11-yard run back.
You made a good point earlier, Anthony, about Houston being among the lowest in having men in the zone for linebuck and among the top for end run. One, he has the lead a lot, but I think you're draw proof if you put him on the end where you can get killed by draws if you don't play the run. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and there's your
Oh, intercepted on a look-in pass. Oh, my. A little turnaround here. And Seattle takes over at the Houston 13. Oh, my.
Early first-round pick, Devin Weatherspoon with a killer play.
Guess
wrong.
That's wrong. There's nobody there. I mean, what was that split? Holy cow, 2-3. Oh, mercy.
That is
tipped at the line.
Whoa.
Oh.
1st and 10 at the 13. This changes the whole flavor of the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that is not a classic excellent D.
And boom, into the end zone.
Boom.
And Seattle takes immediate advantage of that turnover. Extra point's good, and it's now 13-7. A one-score game and not even a full score and an extra point. Touchback at the 25, and Houston takes over with 4.5 to play in the first half. The Oilers lead at 13-7. Ken Briere, the coach. Seattle Seahawks coached by Dennis Crowley.
Now let's see if he gets spooked and starts running.
Off tackle Connor, no gain. Guess right.
And Dennis called run. See,
Yeah.
this is where you come into a championship game for the first time and you start, I mean, again, not judging, but you're kind of doubting yourself after a play like that, which was incredibly rare.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into a shell here. You want to.
But we got to give Dennis credit for kind of sensing that very thing, Michael. 2nd and 10 at the 25. And run Connor, guess was pass.
Oh.
The defensive end makes the play, and it's a loss of 4 yards and a big 3rd and 14 for the Oilers at their own 21. You got to be cautious here, boys.
Yeah,
Seattle gets the second half kickoff, too.
Going against an excellent pass defense.
And a 4 was able to make that play. That would have been a first down.
Oh, really? The 4 made it. Oh, my.
Ken's been flat passing here all year. We might see another one here.
On 3rd and on 10 yards, really? Or
14?
14?
He's
wow.
3rd and 14, 6th in the league in flat passing. He goes short.
Chelsea goes incomplete.
You were right.
Risky.
The play, the Seahawks will get the ball back with a chance before half to take the lead. The 47-yard punt.
Fumble.
And the offense gets it back.
Wow.
Turnovers can make a difference in these leagues, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Ken's like, where's my break? Why didn't this reciprocate?
Oh, my. Oh, that's too devastating turn of events. 1st and 10 at the 31 for Seattle. It's a flat pass to Disley. And it's good for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. 2:42 to play in the first half. Mostert still the back, still a standard set for Seahawks. Russell Wilson, the conductor of this orchestra, and McBride, the tight end. Watson split left. I've never seen Dennis take this long to call play. Short pass to Devontae Smith, incomplete. 3rd and 7.
He might be eating with his family.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he's got company over.
I know what he's cooking. I watched a game he called earlier, and they're having ribs.
They're having ribs, so I'd be distracted too. I
What
would.
kind of barbecue sauce you guys like?
I like them St. Louis style, frankly.
I don't like Frank's, but I like Kansas City, St. Louis style too.
Yep.
You East Coast guys.
It's just vinegar based. I like it.
3rd and 7. Short pass to Watson. Oh, it's picked off. Let's see what this return will bring. A 25-yard return.
Nice.
And the Oilers take over with 1:52 to play at the Seattle 24.
And that was the case of the good defense showing up. Hit it right at the edge of the interception split. Wouldn't have got it if he was average.
Well, you got to catch that in a hurry, Anthony. I mean, it goes just immediately to the return. You barely have time to see that on the card.
Dennis comes right out with a blitz on 1st and 10 at the 24. End run Connor. That ain't going to make it. No gain.
I don't think I want to go out of bounds.
No. Sure don't. Good call.
Good point. Yeah, that's just default, right?
It is default, and I've made the same mistake, but I get a feeling he might have not done that had he saw it.
Yeah, hopefully he'll catch that. You're right.
2nd and 10.
He did.
Another end run Edwards, and he goes for 6.
It's not till it happens that you notice it, right? It's like, whoop.
Yeah.
Explain that to me, guys. What you're talking about on the end run?
He chose to go out of bounds on the 1st down, and he's in a situation where he wants to drain the clock.
Right. He doesn't want to go out of bounds. So,
and he forgot to uncheck it. It comes up.
Oh, I see. It's checked, and he did. If you don't uncheck it, you don't realize that. I see.
Not showing blitz here.
3rd and 4. Edwards is the back.
But he converts more first downs on 3rd and 4 than this team, Houston. Number 1 in the league here.
So we heard. Short pass to Parham, and I guess his run.
Oh!
Whoa!
What an interesting call.
That was a hell of a call. But it didn't work.
It's one of those you're thinking the other guy's got to be trying to drain time. He wants to get the 1st down, run a couple more times.
Yep.
And you can catch a lot of guys leaning run in that situation.
Sure can.
It didn't work out. So
that's an interesting point on that, because that is a rare call there.
What was the roll? That
was a defensive card interception on 5.
On a 5. So it wouldn't have mattered good or excellent.
Right. I think that's right. Yep. It was not on the fringe.
Interesting. With 1:30 to play, Seattle, Houston not going with a 3-3-5 defense. There's the off tackle Mostert for 13 yards, short gain.
Yeah, Seattle's at a point too. They don't want to go 3 and out and give the ball up at midfield. So that was an understandable call for Dennis there.
Another great observation, Tim. Thanks. I agree. That makes sense. 1:22 to play, but still no 3-3-5 for Houston. Standard set for Seattle at their 20-yard line now.
Ooh.
Oh, this is an interception.
Been an eventful 3 to 4 minutes with 3 interceptions, a punt return fumble almost, and all kinds of stuff.
It's swung in 3 different directions, and yet nothing has happened.
Yeah.
This is like a polar bear running over ice.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Short pass to Watson. Guess his pass. Only 3 guys there, an 11-yard pickup. 1st down.
He chose not to go out of bounds, which is interesting too. So.
Yeah. Does he have any timeouts left?
I can't see the full score. Yeah. Is there any timeouts left for Seattle?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
1st and 10 at the 31, 107. If Houston could stop them, they could possibly get another drive together. Now they go a 3-3-5 defense with 1 play. Still a standard set for Seattle.
Yep.
Run Mostert. Short game,
120.
50 yards. Goes into Houston territory at the 49.
Not a surprise because he's still got plenty of time. If he's only looking at field goal, he's got plenty of time to get in range, and he gets the ball to start the second half. So.
Field goal kicker goes out to the 40 here.
Wow, that's 9 yards away from field goal range.
But he's been rolling poorly this year, Bullock.
Yeah, for as cruddy as he is, at least you've got that range to the 40.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Mostert still the back, still a standard set. McBride at tight end. Flat pass to Disley.
Out of bounds.
Got out of bounds.
Defender makes the play. It's 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7. He's at the 46 now with 37 seconds left and no timeouts.
Just not a lot to be had on that flat pass card.
Now, Dennis is being pretty conservative here.
I mean, you're pretty much looking at the 7 or bust or hoping it's on your own card. So, and Disley isn't like a big big yardage guy.
I think he might run one more time here. Nope, it's a long pass to McBride. There's a 5 sitting out there at the free safety spot.
He makes the play at the 5.
And he makes the play with that 5. 3rd and 7, 30 seconds to play. 6 yards from field goal range for Seattle. Houston leads at 13-7 with 30 seconds left in the first half. Now he goes to 3 wideouts.
With Disley back there, so we're not going to see most.
He likes to throw to Mims a lot. 3rd and 7. Disley is the guy in the backfield with Wilson. Flat pass right to Disley. Nobody there. 9 yards.
Gonna have to spike it.
Pikey.
That gets it into field goal range, though.
And you can run another play and still spike it. So you're okay if you're Dennis here. You can run a regular play. You're only going to get one of them, though.
Yeah, that's true. Just one.
Is that true? I think if he's in play with 15 to go, if it's in play, he can spike it and then the quarter ends.
No,
you spike it with 1 second here.
No, 1 second. He can't bring the field goal unit on without calling a timeout, so he'll have to spike it if it's inbounds. But he can spike it, and it'll only be 4th down. So
goes back to the standard set with 2nd and 10 and 15 seconds left. So he might want to get into closer field goal.
Ken realizes that, and he's staying in a 3-4 here.
Yeah, I see that. That's a conservative on both sides.
Yeah, that's right.
Bomb to Devontae Smith. The 5 still hanging out there at free safety.
Pass rush. Yeah, you take a shot there.
Now you have to field goal because if it's inbounds, you can't spike it. So.
Yeah, here comes Bullock. He's had a bad year. Let's see if he can put one through here to make it closer. It is good.
Wow.
Wow, with such a dominating first half for Houston, with 1 second to go, they're only up by 3.
And that was a really nice last-minute drive by Dennis. Mm-hmm. He had to go a long way. I think he only had 2 timeouts, but he was playing in a low-risk type of offense that still allowed him to move the field if you're only looking at a field goal for the most part. So,
yeah, I wouldn't expect anybody else to play that low risk of an offense that Dennis did.
Yeah, because one thing you definitely don't want to do when you're already down like 13-7, you don't want to turn it over and create a worse situation for your second half. Even if it's only 13-7, hey, you got the ball to start the second half. You're not in bad shape. So.
Well, it looks like they're going right at it, huh?
These quarterbacks combined for a QB rating of 28.
Okay.
Well, I think we know where most of the roles have gone.
Yeah, we're talking about these 2 defenses here.
And Houston has doubled up time of possession. 20-10.
At the 25-yard line, he still has a standard set off tackle Mostert That ain't going to get anywhere. He loses 1, 2nd and 11. How's Mostert on carries, Anthony?
He's good. He's good. He's got 15, 16, 14.
Okay, 14 left. Okay. Seattle Seahawks at their own 24, 2nd and 11. Off tackle, Mostert. That'll pick up 7 yards and bring it to a nice, manageable 3rd and 4, 31.
DeMercado's not a bad back as a backup.
Yeah.
Noticing DeMercado leads the league in line at the goal line. Nobody, the most frequent play in the league at the goal line is a line buck to DeMercado. He uses them. Big spots.
Yeah, he was a low round pick in the draft. Short pass to Disley. 12 yards and a first down for Seattle. Momentum on this game has changed.
That's the spot where Dennis likes to pass. Usually likes to run on 3rd down, but 3rd and 3 to 4, he's actually 25th in the league in running. 4th in short pass, and we saw the short pass there.
Flat pass to McBride. Or short 17 yards, and the Seahawks move into Oiler territory here at the 40-yard line.
Anthony's got all these great numbers. Remind me next time I play him to just do everything the opposite. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. Please go ahead. We'll call this play.
Center's good. 9 yards there, 2nd and 1 to the 31. Go ahead, Michael.
Just wanted to pass along congratulations to someone who was in this league. When we mentioned ribs, we were calling a game this afternoon, and it was in SOMIFA. And our good friend Tom Cook took home his first SOMIFA championship after 20 years in being in the league. Got him a big win today. So we wanted to congratulate him. And, of course, he was a former member of our Autumn Wind with the Berlin Thunder. So congratulations, Tom.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's nice. Tom Cook. Very nice. Thank you, Michael. That was good. Line Buck White, no gain. Guessed right. 2nd and 10. Seattle at the 22 of the Houston Oilers.
Tim, was it Jeff Bevier who was the opposing coach for the Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah. He had a great season, too. That was both two are really, really good teams. I think he's had a championship before, if I remember correctly. But
both those guys are good GMs and good coaches.
Yeah. It's interesting. Mostly we know him from SSFA success. He's had a couple of titles there, and it seems like every year he always has a monster team. But you guys should take a listen to that broadcast if you can, because he stayed on afterward and was talking about the construction of that team. Picked up C.J. Stroud to begin the year and how exactly he got him. It was kind of an interesting story.
Short pass Disley gets down at the 8-yard line. Seattle driving on their first possession of the second half to take the lead in this game. Houston had a 13-0 lead in the first half, but now Seattle's come back.
DeMercado's like, get in about 3 or 4 yards closer and just give it to me.
Tim DeMercado averaged about 10 yards a carry this year for the Cardinals, but he's had only 24 carries. He's going to have an history card next year.
A must run gets Wilson into the end zone for a touchdown, and Seattle just took the lead with an extra point. It's going to be a 4-point lead, and it's good. 17-14, Seattle Seahawks move out in front in the third period with the first possession. Houston now going to take their first shot and there's less than 10 minutes left already.
That's why you don't panic. Dennis dropped down, 13-0, and now he's got the lead early third. So
nothing he hasn't seen.
Edwards off tackle, guess right, loses a yard. That's twice opening drive for Houston was a run that was guessed right by the defense. So interesting. 2nd and 11 now. Connor's the running back.
It's almost like these coaches know they struggled against the run in the regular season, and that the other coach probably knows that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Very good point.
7 yards gets it to 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 4 at the Houston 31. Connor, three wideouts though with 4 yards to go. Interesting. 3-3-5 for Seattle defense. It's a flat pass to St. Brown. Gets 6 yards and a first down. Houston trying to take the momentum back at their own 37. 1st and 10. Connor, the running back. St. Brown left. Land to the right. Off tackle, Connor. And the block gets 7 yards.
7 carries, unfatigued for Edwards, 11 for Connor at the moment. So
Connor's back there with Parham, the blocking back. Kelsey at tight end. Off tackle, Connor gets 6 yards and a first down right at the 50-yard line. Now Edwards comes in, rotating Connor and Edwards. It's flat pass to Kelsey, and the defender makes it only a 1-yard gain. But he edges into Seahawk territory. Looking past to Kelsey with, I guess, a run, and it's a 5-yard gain on the receiver card. It could be a lot worse. There's a lot of good gains there. 5 was kind of small potatoes. Brings out about a 3rd and 4 at the Seattle 44-yard line. You think you have to get to the 40 to get field goal range, or is that the other way?
I think it's the other way. Don't know what.
39 this way, I believe.
Okay.
39, I believe, for McPherson.
yeah, if you don't take a sack, you may be in 4-down territory anyway.
Mm.
Off tackle, Connor, 4 yards and a first down. At the 40-yard line of Seattle. Edwards, the running back now. Short pass to Parham, incomplete. Goff couldn't hit him. Wobbly pass goes incomplete.
Seeing big pass rush numbers over here. Both sides, really. Nobody really hitting him.
Yeah,
in these
Dennis
last couple
is
quarters.
a lot more blitzing than he's shown so far. There's an end run that'll pick up 3.
Oh, gets the 6 on the white die.
Yeah, that's a pretty brutal roll. 3rd and 7 at the 37. Now Dennis shows the blitz, trying to drive him out of field goal territory. Chark comes in, joining St. Brown and Lamb, and it's a flat pass to Lamb, and it drops incomplete. 4th and 7.
That's when you wanted the 6 to come up, if you can.
For
He
sure.
gets the 6
Oh, yeah.
on the end run, and
Yeah.
now had he got the 6, he would have had 30 yards. So
I'm not sure we've seen any of that.
Could be a field goal attempt.
Yep, he got variabled out of it. So variable right there by 4. Took him from the 37 out to the 41. He doesn't have range at 41. So it's an auto miss.
Yep. Mm-mm.
Ouch.
3 bad rolls in a row for Ken.
Seattle takes over. Long pass to Devontae Smith. The 5 still out there. The must run gets 20 yards, though, as Wilson just sweeps around the end and gets 20 out of it. And now the momentum continues on the Seahawks' favors. They're at the 36-yard line of the Oilers. 1st and 10.
Such a lethal must run Russell has.
Another long pass to Devontae Smith. Another place, but Ken's keeping that safety, that free safety out there.
It is a lethal must-run card, guys, but, you know, this rule set doesn't really benefit the short and long passers so much as it does flat.
And there's more value in a must-run quarterback in this league versus not, since you don't have the dump off.
Another long pass to
That's wrong.
Devontae. And again, the 5 comes through.
That one was guessed wrong.
Big
Would have
play
been
by
incomplete
Jalen
on
Thompson.
Russell's card.
3rd and 10 at the 36. Dennis knows he's got a fairly good chance at a field goal here. Still has the standard set for the Seahawks. 3-3-5 defense for Houston. Short pass to Watson. They're double teaming Watson.
It's going to kill the must run.
Yeah, he's shadowing him.
He is shadowing. That's right. Doesn't matter.
Incomplete. Seattle up by 4. Looking to go up by 7 if Bullock can knock this one through.
Oh, he hits it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and it's 20-13. Seattle Seahawks move out in front in the 21st Autumn Wind Super Bowl.
All right, you guys ready for a fun fact? Bullock was on my team. Has been on my team for quite some time until I waived him to get Gano off of Dennis. So I had to cut him. So Dennis winds up picking him up. The last year that I had Bryce Petty at the helm before Mahomes took over, Bullock went an entire season and made every field goal. He didn't miss one. No extra points, no field goals. He made everything, and he didn't have a card that was worthy of it.
Wow. I've never heard that.
I know. It's crazy.
I had that happen once in 1990 in a nice pickup for Connor. In a replay, he didn't miss a field goal or an extra point for what would have been 19 games.
Oh,
he had like 92 for 92 on all his kicks.
Oh, my.
He was a good player, but he wasn't great. He had several. Oh, huge play. Again, just wrong off the quarterback card.
Oh, my. This game has really turned in Seattle's favor here. The momentum is just an onslaught. It's like the mudslides of Malibu. 1st and 10, Seattle at the 29 of Houston. Goff throws an interception.
3 picks.
Last time around, Houston may have been playing to hold them to a field goal to keep it a 1-score game. Here, you might just be playing for variance and try to get a turnover because it's going to be a 2-score game either way.
Those 6 blocking centers could be dangerous. 9 yards. Right at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 1. White's back down. We got 2 tight ends in. McBride joins Disley, Watson, and Snead outside.
Yeah, you can get White on the field for this right here. I mean, that's why he doesn't want Mostert to fumble and lose a 2-score lead here. He's got a 2-score lead in the bag if he can just hold on to the ball.
Just made our way to the 4th quarter.
A pro set here with Mostert the running back, Disley blocking for him, McBride the tight end. Well, there's a lot of options that Seattle has here. 3-4 defense. Run call, short pass, Smith. 11 yards, 1st down for Seattle.
I was with you, Anthony. I had a feeling he was going to play it safe and just take the 10-point lead, but that's really not in Dennis's karma normally. He's one that likes to take risks, and he's thrown 4 or 5 times to Smith on this drive. So
he likes to go big.
Let's see if he runs the Mostert though. Let's see if he has the gun to go to him, risk that fumble. If I'm Houston, that's what I want. Yeah, he doesn't go there.
DeMarcado gets 3. 1st and goal at the 6 now. 2nd and goal, I mean.
If you get to the 4 with Mostert, he's got that linebucker right +4 right in the middle of his card. Then you might go to him.
Short pass.
Otherwise,
and that's a touchdown. We now have a 2-score lead for the Seahawks with 13 and a half minutes to play in the game. Extra points good. 26-13. 27-13 now. 13.5 to play. Houston has Edwards, standard set. Down 2 scores.
Tons of time. You're going to get 2 possessions. Obviously, you got 3-4 possessions in this game. So you don't have to panic here. You have plenty of possessions.
And you've got a good pass D, so you can get some interceptions possibly.
You need to score a touchdown on half of those possessions. Picks up 3 yards with Connor, 2nd and 7. Edwards comes in. Edwards goes to end run. It's just right. But the blocking back wasn't there, and it loses. And 3rd and 11 now for Houston at their own 24. 12-18 to play, and the Oilers are really struggling right now. Three wideouts with Connor behind Goff. No blitz shown by Seattle. 3-3-5. Short pass to Lamb. 13 yards.
Big pickup.
Needed that.
Interesting that he just played that so vanilla, no double anywhere.
And didn't bring linebackers either.
No
Yeah.
blitz, no anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They hit the high linebacker on the pass rush.
He might have just been thinking up 14. I don't want to give up a sniper scope here because I know he likes to blitz in situations like that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And makes the block for 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for Houston at their 41-yard line. Just over 11 minutes to play. Flat pass, St. Brown.
5.
The zone.
Bobby Wagner.
3rd and 6.
See, Dennis will get extra satisfaction out of this game if he wins. Bobby Wagner's made a play. Got some Russell Wilson runs, one for a touchdown. So got some of his Seahawks favorites working. Another big pickup.
First down on a 7-yard gain off a tackle. It's a big call for Houston, a big first down pickup at the 48.
You just get the feeling he's got to make a house call here.
Yeah, you don't want to run this thing down to 5.5 minutes.
Right. I mean, this is touchdown or bust,
Yeah.
basically, at this point. So
Connor gets 5 around the end. 2nd and 5 now into Seattle territory. Edwards' run gets right, only gets a yard.
God, he left that middle open. Thank goodness he didn't throw another flat pass.
Third,
It's going just the way Dennis wants it to go. I mean, he's hitting 3rd down every series of downs, eating clock. No first and second down conversions.
look-in pass, I guess is rung. There's a 6 there. Short gain, 17 yards for Kelsey.
It's a good point, Michael, because you don't have to have the ball to work the clock. You can work the clock on defense.
Very good point.
Parham.
The bomb to Parham.
Oh,
No.
guarded by a 0. Nobody in zone.
Good call.
Good idea.
Can try to go for the big one. 2nd and 10. 4 down territory for sure.
6 yards here, double teamed.
Flat pass to Travis. Loses 2. 3rd and 12 at the 31. 7.5 to play. We're halfway through the 4th quarter, and the 2-score lead for Seattle, 27-13. 3-3 defense. Shark comes in for Houston. And they throw a look in the Shark, and this is it completely.
So he was looking to guarantee a 4th down short pass.
Yeah.
Now 4th and 12, you're asking a lot out of Goff here.
Wow.
For a 4th and short.
Because right there, I mean, 5 and 12, everything else you're going to fall short on his card, right?
Oh, he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
You got to go.
He needs a little magic here.
He needs
12
a
yards
defender.
against an excellent defense. Come on.
Double teamed.
Both of them. Yeah. And there's
He'll knock that down, perhaps. Yeah, he'll knock that down.
I think I would knock it down.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Seattle takes over at their 31-yard line with a 27-13 lead. Dennis Crowley closing in on another Uber Bowl. Ken Dare is doing his best to hang in there.
He's playing his non-fumbling running back again. May not see Mostert a whole lot, as
Yep.
Anthony was brought up.
oh, good point.
Short pass for 10 yards. That was the Devontae Smith again.
Yeah, by 14. Let's just keep throwing. And don't even throw flat.
Oh, this is a next.
Receiver gets wrong and he drops it. That's Devonta Smith. They had no hands on that. It was all thumbs. 2nd and 10. Seattle keep going to the air. Mostert back in. Flat pass to Mostert. That'll pick up
Okay.
5. 3rd and 5 at Seattle's 46-yard line.
Quite the ball game here, but
Yeah, this is
It's
almost a ball game here, though. Third and 5. Mostert the back, standard set. 3-4 defense for Houston.
I think he's running here.
I think Dennis. No, he throws a short pass to Watson. And it's picked. Oh,
Oh, gosh.
let's see what this return brings. 20.
All right.
20-yard return, and Houston captures another breath of air at the Seattle 41.
Dennis is never afraid to go big in a big game, and he's looking to keep the ball and not worried so much about turnovers or things like. He's worried about giving the ball up, and unfortunately, low percentage interception did come up there. But
Lamb picks up 11 yards from Goff.
Dennis is not the kind of guy that's just going to run inside and hope for the best on defense.
We're past the Lamb again. They're double teaming Kelsey. 15 yards for CD Lamb. And Houston at the Seattle 15-yard line with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the 21st Uber Bowl for Autumn Wind.
And he did get out of bounds.
Edwards is the back, and it's an end run. Edwards,
Get out of bounds.
he picked up 6 yards inside the 10 at the 9-yard line, 2nd and 4. Ooh, 3:36 to play. When he gets under 4, that worries me usually.
Yeah, now he can't throw flats.
Seattle showing blitz and with no flats possible. Connor's the back.
No draws either. So
That's an off tackle left. 1 yard to go here with 3 minutes to play. 3rd and 1 at the 6-yard line. Houston has Edwards in the backfield. Parham is the blocking back. Kelsey flanked by. There's a buck to Edwards. Linebacker in the zone is not. Oh,
Bobby
Wagner makes the
Wagner,
play.
it took a 6 to make the play, and Wagner was.
oh my.
And you lose all that time.
4th and 1. And Dennis showing blitz at 4th and 1. It's a short pass to Kelsey. I guess his run, and Kelsey scores. And it's
Wow.
1 point from a 1-possession game. Let's wait for the extra point here before we.
Complete on right as well. Going for 2.
Oh, okay. Full house backfield.
2 shots to make one, and if you make the first one, you can win the game.
Short
A lot
pass.
better.
Incomplete.
Complete. Okay.
Needs to touch back here badly.
He got it.
He gets the onside.
Wow.
And he got the kick. I don't think I've seen an onside kick recover in a long time.
Oh God.
Michael and I saw it earlier today.
Today
didn't we,
in the championship game. Unbelievable.
Well, that shows you. I never get out, guys.
Michael?
3 timeouts he had. He went
Yeah.
outside.
You wonder if Strat's going to do something about that next year.
It's Brown, but it's Connor on an end run will get 4 yards out of it. 2nd and 6.
He's got plenty of time.
How's Connor's carries?
It's got 3 left.
3 left.
And Edwards is under 5 too.
Okay, 3 wide out. Chark comes back in. Flat pass.
First down.
Short game.
12 yards. And we're at the 37-yard line of Seattle with 1:52 to play. Houston has 2 timeouts left, right?
Now they do.
3. They got all 3.
They just used one.
They just use one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 2. Thank you. Yep, there is 2.
So Ken is thinking, I want 2 shots at this. If I happen to not to make it, I want to save as much time as possible.
Very, very. That's probably what he's thinking.
And he's also down 8, not 7. So
Oh,
That end run lost 3 yards.
got out of bounds though.
1:37 to play. 2nd and 13 at the 40-yard line. Connor's the back. Standard set for Houston. Flat pass to Lamb. Oh, that's not too good.
Jeez.
That'll lose 3 more yards, and it's 3rd and 16 at the 33-yard line of Seattle with 1.5 to play. Houston uses its second timeout, has 1 left with 130. Oh my! What did I see? I saw a long gain there. What did I miss?
Sliding.
Oh, okay. A look-in pass to Connor, 7 yards.
All right. He's in short pass range now.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, I guess that's the wisest thing. 1:22 to play. No timeouts left for Houston. Down by 8. Connor's the back. 3 wideouts. 3-3-5 defense for Seattle. No showing blitz. No reason to. 4th and 9. This is the ball game, folks. Right here. Short pass, 12 yards. 12 yards. Goff hits him with a great pass.
no timeouts, but he's got plenty of time. I mean,
At the Seattle 24-yard line, 1:15 to play, 1st and 10. Edwards is now the back. Standard set. Throws the bomb, and it's incomplete.
he's still got as many as 9 plays left. So,
CeeDee Lamb catches that ball.
ooh,
Oh, wow. Wow. 2nd and 10.
Ain't 4-3 here.
That was a bold call on 1st down. I didn't see. Did Dennis have somebody in the flat pass long zone? Anybody see
I
that?
believe so. He was double teaming Parham.
Short pass to Connor, incomplete.
Oh, receivers are hurting.
Yeah, you know
right
what?
now.
You get Connor's card and not Lamb's card. That's not too lucky. A minute to play, 3rd and 10. There's 2 plays left for Houston in this year's Uber Bowl.
Connor rolled a 12 there. If that had been an end run 12, 35 yards touchdown.
Wow. Short pass to Chark.
Teams.
Incomplete. Back to 4th and 10. 52 seconds to play. Chark, St. Brown, and Lamb with Connor in the backfield. Kelsey's the tight end, and it's a 3-3-5 defense. They're double teaming Lamb and Kelsey.
Oh,
Right in the ball. And we look like we have Seattle Seahawks and Dennis Crowley as the 21st autumn wind Super Bowl winner. It's only a matter of a couple of knees. There's one.
Anthony, if you want to send invitations to the coaches.
Yeah.
See, I'm typing it there.
And there's two, and it's all over 27-19, the Seattle Seahawks over the Houston Oilers. Dennis Crowley, the champion. Ken Briere playing a great year with a great team. Just falls short by one score.
I don't know who came back on who. 13-0 lead.
Exactly.
Houston had.
Yeah, so that meant there was 27-6 after that.
That was a really good championship game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was very interesting.
Very fun.
And it was made even better by the expert commentary of Anthony Tangora, Tim Boyer, and Michael Reeves.
Yeah. There wasn't enough room in the booth. I was down here on the field.
Oh,
And it's raining down here. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Well, just put your collar up, Michael.
I think Tracy Wolf has an umbrella if you can see her nearby.
Oh, is that right? Well, there, you guys are sending me to the losers' locker room. That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun calling with you guys. I'll tell you, I should have been able to be taking notes with you guys telling me how to coach. I think that's great.
Yeah. This was more of a watch party, and it's a good format for it.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from everybody on this broadcast and the two coaches. I just watched play a great game. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that had some really interesting nuances to it. And by having an analysis like we've talking about it, it really adds to the enjoyment of watching the replay because you kind of can share the thoughts you have with what you hear some of your fellow coaches talk about. Congratulations, Dennis.
Hey, thank you. That was a tough one. I felt like Ken dominated there early. I was lucky to be down only 3 at halftime, and then just seemed to get luckier still with those flat pass picks. But better to be lucky than good, I guess.
But when you're both, it's a pretty good feature.
Yeah, what did you guys think of the game? I mean, I kind of felt like Ken kind of deserved to win that one. I don't know.
No, you were 27-6 after that 13-0 lead.
But he was moving the ball well. I just had to stop calling pass every time because he was running.
Yeah.
Hitting those short gains, getting those first downs, moving the chains. And then when I finally started calling run, I think that threw a little bit of a monkey wrench in there and allowed for the comeback.
great job, Dennis. Lots of really good calls that you made during the game. We were kind of talking in the booth. Did you consider the high fumble rate of Mostert a couple of times?
Yeah, I knew that's always a possibility, even though it's high for the modern Strat football universe. It's still a relatively low chance. So
yeah, compared to the other things that can happen on a pass, you can get a sack fumble, receiver fumble, and the interception. But I thought you did a great job when you were throwing to Dante Smith when everybody was thinking run. You kept running your offense, and you ended up moving the ball really well.
Right. But I did throw that pick there that
right.
gave him a chance to come back. So
Exactly.
So there's a little bit of a balance there. And as a matter of fact, even on that pick itself, I really thought about running off tackle there, and I should have because he had moved. He had used the middle linebacker to do a quarterback shadow on Russ, and there was nobody in the middle. So I had a chance there to maybe. I didn't even look at what the result would have been, but I should have stuck with my first plan instead of throwing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
It's tough though in this league. If you watch that first quarter, what did I go? Like 3 and out. I didn't even have a first down. It's like in this rule set, it is so easy to fall into that like pattern of just not being able to move the ball, and you could find yourself, no matter how good of a team you are, punting, and your opponent, getting the moving the ball and getting points, and find yourself behind. So I just knew that when I got behind, I had to stick with the plan, not panic, and hopefully the interceptions would come. I thought they'd come off my card more, but those interceptions were ridiculous. Guess wrong, flat pass, 2-3 on Goff's card or something like that. To hit that twice, that was pretty brutal.
Hey, Dennis, I'm just going to say it. You and Tom were the first two people that introduced me to this hobby. So to see both of you win a championship in the same day, it's made my day. It really has.
Wasn't
I
that
think the world
bizarre?
of Ken. I think he's really an up-and-coming coach, and he's really good with personnel. But I'd be biased. I mean, I'd be crazy if I didn't say how much you two have introduced me to this game. And so I want to congratulate you both.
I'm going to guess that most of the league was rooting for Ken, though, because I was rooting for Ken. I would have liked to see him get his first championship.
Yeah.
But wasn't it bizarre that SoMIFA Super Bowl with Tom and the same
onside,
situation, down 2 scores, recover the onside kick, come down, and then finally make the stop.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened in the SoMIFA Super Bowl earlier today, and we were commenting on it like Strat's got to change that ability to recover an onside kick. It's too much right now, for the modern game. But it was fun.
Dennis, I think a few times this year, because we were in the same division, you commented after the game, after you beat me twice, that you were all in this year, all in.
Yeah.
So talk about your team construction. Talk about how this team came together. What your philosophy was. What did all in mean to you?
Well, so I had the second pick in the draft after I had very poor defense last year. Even with that, I couldn't finish with the top pick. If I would have had the top pick, I would have taken C.J. Stroud. I mean, you would have been no choice. But because I didn't, there was no sure thing among the other quarterbacks. And at that time, I think, you were seeing guys, the second quarterback off the board was, Young from the Panthers. That I think we all felt that's probably too high to take him at 1.2. He was going in the middle of the first round a lot, Bryce Young. So with the second pick, I had 2 choices. Get a quarterback for the future, or some kind of long-term answer at another position. And I went with Devin Witherspoon because I knew getting him would at that point it was guaranteeing me good pass defense. And then after that, I made a trade with Michael to get Bobby Wagner back, and then I swapped a young 4 free safety for an older 5 free safety, or strong safety, and then that gave me like 1 point away from excellent pass defense. And finally, I said, forget it. I'm going to go to everybody who has a 6 cornerback, offer them the highest pick I can send them next year, which is my second, plus other things, including Diamador Lenore, who was a 5 boundary cornerback, to get that upgrade to get to excellent. And then Dale was the only one that said yes. Everybody else said, no, I'm good. But then that was it. So I didn't give up that much future draft capital, just that second round pick. But all the other trades I made, I gave away, like, who's that safety on the Patriots, Michael, that I traded you?
Kyle Duggar.
Gave you Kyle Duggar, took on the old man Poyer, and then brought back Bobby Wagner. That guy's just amazing. I can't believe he's done so well, and he's going to get another good grade next year with the Commanders. So, but anyway, so that was my all-in. That was my team building philosophy. And now I didn't do all I could. I should have gotten a better kicker, but God, Bullock was just the nuts today. He hit those 2 long field goals, and you don't know how many times he shaked field goals for me on like the 23 to 32 range, or even the 13 to 22 range. He is not very good at those ranges compared to other kickers. So I should have got a better kicker, but I didn't, and Bullock came through luckily. And then there was a couple spots. I thought Ken's here now, so let's talk to him a little bit.
Congratulations, Dennis.
Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. Congratulations to you too. Great season.
Thank you.
I thought your game plan was impeccable. Bringing the pass rush on defense calling run, not calling run, but running the ball down my throat until I called run. You were dominating in that first quarter. So what were your thoughts there?
Just what you said. I mean, I wanted to force you to call run. I mean, you can't, this isn't high school football. I mean, and it's not like 1970s college football. You have to be able to throw the football a little bit to win. And, you know, I just knew that the only, with your pass defense, the only way I was going to be able to do that is to get you in a couple run calls. And man, I think the handful of times where I got you in a good call, that's when the interceptions happened. And you're not, you know, obviously you're not an easy guy to get into a call like that. I mean, it takes a lot of capital to get those plays to come up. But I thought your game plan was great too, which is just let your pass defense be itself and let them make plays. And, you know, those numbers are out there. Those players are out there. They're going to make plays, and they did. So, you know, I frankly, I think we both had a good game plan. That's why it was a good game.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the interceptions would have been fine if they would have landed on my card. But the fact that they were on Goff's card, guessed wrong, you know, with that snake eyes roll or 2-3 roll, like that was tough. That was tough to see.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah, that hurt. You know, it's funny, you know, when in preparing for the game, it's, you know, pass offense wise, my best weapon against really anybody is my receivers, right? And I need to get calls on their cards, but I don't want to throw at sixes. And then you're going to double the big three in key situations. Yeah. So it's you know, you make it really, really hard to navigate which receiver to go to. I tried to hit Parham, you know, up the seam a couple times. Those were great calls.
Those were great calls.
I appreciate that. That was planned way ahead of time, but I knew you're only going to get so many opportunities to do that. I put so much focus into your defense. I don't think Goff's going to roll a 2-3 or 12 on a flat pass. And that's why we talked last week, Michael, you know, we talked about how I was throwing the ball at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Not going to roll a 2-3 or 12. I'm all right.
Yeah.
and then here they are. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Hey, Ken, Tim here. Anthony made some great points early on in the game that you were throwing a lot more flat passes than your regular season. And me and you had talked before this game about if you got to change things up. But did Seattle's defensive setup, being a 4-3 team with great secondary, excellent pass cards, kind of move you toward more flat passes?
Yes. What it was really about is hanging onto the ball because, you know, we all get caught staring at his defensive cards. There's pretty good offense over there too. And I wanted to keep them off of the field. And I figured if we could just keep the game close, I figured I would have enough playmakers on the offensive side to make a play or two that could be the difference in the game. So my thought was rather than try to make a big play by throwing into the teeth of that defense, just throw a little flat pass to St. Brown or throw a little flat pass to Lamb, and those can turn into touchdowns quickly. And that was the thought process behind the flat passes.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of white die sixes in this game either. So that was another thing that kind of worked in my favor.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. There weren't a lot of those. And everybody's players made plays too. You know, both of our offensive lines, your center, you know, Linderbaum made plays when he needed to make plays. Kelsey made a nice play on the line buck for the touchdown. So, yeah, with the way the control die was, yeah, everybody got their chance to make their plays for sure.
Yeah, I love that offensive line of yours coming up time and time again. You know, offensive tackle +3 or +7, and you were just hitting that, or whatever it was. So that was impressive.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice to hit for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ken, your game plan seemed to go just right. I mean, I think you doubled up in time of possession. I mean, other than really, obviously the interceptions, but also just talk about your pass rush philosophy going in. And you ended up with no sacks.
I had two.
I imagine it.
No, you
had two. Seattle had
a couple
0.
big ones.
Yeah.
Okay, Seattle had 0 and you had 2.
Yep.
Sorry, my fault. So would you would you say that you were looking for coming in? You saw that 3 at left guard and you wanted to attack that 3? Was that
No,
part of it, or what were you thinking?
no, that really wasn't it. There were a couple things. One, I'm not that smart. I don't dig that deeply. The first initial thing was, what haven't I done all year? And I've got Khalil Mack, who's a 12-12, and he finished the season just with a handful of sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who looks at my stats going into the game, and I know that Dennis did, of course, he's going to do his homework. He's going to say, oh, this guy's got Khalil Mack. The guy had 6 sacks on the season. He likes to protect that flat. And so that was the flat that I left open, and that was my designated pass rusher. The other factor was the must runs really bothered me on Wilson's card. And I wanted to punish Dennis for throwing short passes. I would have preferred that he run the ball and throw a bunch of flat passes. So I wanted to give an extra reason not to throw short passes. And so, the combination of those couple things, they paid off a little bit. Mac had a nice game. But yeah, that was the thinking behind it. Do something I haven't done, which isn't particularly dangerous. It's probably how you should play with Khalil Mack all year long anyhow. Mm-hmm. And, but my team, the way we were set up defensively this year, a couple years ago, I safety blitzed all the time, with Reddick and Mack, and I was always bringing pressure. And then this year, I just wanted to protect the flats a little bit better. It worked out, but Ooper Bowl was time to break Mack's pass rush out.
Yeah. And notice you ran contain a little bit too with the linebackers every now and then.
Not enough.
Yeah, that was really good. That one third down where you ran and got the 6 to push it for the first down. That was brilliant. And I thought I was trying to, that was in my mind. If you saw on our early drive, I tried to stop you outside field goal range with a key.
And I did have that tendency on the season. I ran the ball a lot of times on 3rd and 4. And so the first series when I had that 3rd and 4, man, you have no idea how badly I wanted to run that ball because I love to run that. And I thought, let's see what he does, for later in the game. So when you called it, kind of reverse psychology, I thought, okay, he called it and I burned him on. I think it was a look in I got, John, for the first down. Right. I thought, okay, later on in the game in a key spot, he'll think I'm not doing it and I will do it and whatever. But, it worked. It worked out later a couple times.
I will say for the playoff run, Devin Witherspoon, 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, including an interception tonight. So I think that was
is he the MVP tonight?
He's got to be. I mean, the 2 quarterbacks, their ratings were like 33s. My running back didn't do that great. It's got to be the defense, and he's the standout. I'll reward him for the job he did in the entire playoffs, because his interception that's what turned it around. Down 13-0, he got that pick, and that allowed me to get that short touchdown, and then things got going.
Yeah, that was a game changer for sure.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off here.
Before you take off, Dennis, I want to say something to you and the whole league. Anthony and I talked about the autumn wind being 30 teams and how interesting it is to have so many teams with really good personnel for 30 teams. But if you listen to our announcers, with Anthony, Tim, and Michael, and then talking to you 2 Ooper Bowl coaches, we have such a great amount of great coaches, and then with the rosters are so strong at the top end, it's a pretty tough league now. And I really congratulate you both, and I congratulate the whole league. And I recommend you listen to the conversations that you just heard now, and during the game, you'll learn a lot about coaching this league. Congratulations, both of you guys.
Thank you very much, Duke.
Appreciate that. Yep. And Russ is still going, man. Still got him in the Seahawks green. Seahawks blue and green here. So see you guys.
All right. Take care, Dennis. All right, guys. Well, I just want to, take a moment and tell you thank you for broadcasting the game and doing this and that. Really appreciate the effort you guys put in that regard.
Hey, Ken, I've lost 2 championships in the last 2 years in SSFA and Strat-O-Matic. And each time you kind of walk away like, oh, gosh, when is my time going to come? Well, you were talking about, I'm not that smart. Everything I heard from you tonight was a perfect game plan. You had this thing scouted really, really well. And you take away one of those goofy flat pass, guess wrong interceptions, and this conversation is going to be completely different. You've made such an impact, from a design standpoint in this league. And, that's great. We all appreciate it. Anything that we can do to enhance, this league is positive. But you've proved yourself tonight. There's a championship that's going to be coming your way. You're a very good GM and obviously a really, really good coach. So chin up, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Chin up, man.
I mean,
this broadcast. It was a lot of fun too. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's tough to watch something like that, but it's.
I will watch it.
You learn.
People see that Jared Goff card, and they think of that Lions offense, and when you extrapolate the stats, he's 16th or 17th quarterback.
Agreed.
Oh.
So you deserve a lot of credit for taking this team as you did with kind of a quarterback that's a little bit underrated by Strat this card set. So
that's a good point.
I appreciate that.
We think we're playing with Goff's card from a couple of seasons ago, but it's got some vulnerabilities, some turnovers too. And not to say that the flat pass has anything to do with that. That was just ludicrous luck, but it's not his card from 2 years ago for sure.
Yeah, there were some words flying here on those 3 rolls, believe me. So.
Darn. Shoot. That's right. Well, we could have played this thing 10 times tonight and it could have gone 5 either way for sure.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but you're right. If I could change anything to either one of those flat passes, and it does hurt worse that they were guessed wrong.
Yeah,
calls where I really thought I was in a good spot, but what do you?
Well, Dennis in a lot of these leagues is the dragon that you have to slay. Tom Cook is also one of those people too. On a couple of the runs that I had to the last 2 championship games, that's who you get over. And so once you get past that hurdle, to me, that's like a championship in itself. I've never had the chance to play him in a championship, but you matched toe-to-toe with him tonight. And just by listening to you, your preparation was great. You knew exactly what you were doing. One more break your way, and this conversation is completely different.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that. And newspapers will be coming out soon. I've got some graphics to do. I'm a little behind from my game preparation, so usually during the Uber Bowl, I listen to your broadcast. I watch along with everybody, and I make that stuff as the game is going on. So,
isn't that something else?
I've probably got a late night, but. Again, guys, thank you very much for everything all season long, and I'm fired up for the draft. Ready to put it back together.
Draft prep starts now. That's exactly right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for a great season. Have a good night.
Take care.
Great years, Ken.
Thank you, Duke. Thanks for being on, Tim. Thanks, Anthony. Good night,
Duke,
guys.
you want to sign us off? Duke, want to sign us off?
Oh, you want me? Yeah, definitely. Tim, you were a great addition to this. I love it. You got to join us more often. Michael, you came in just in time to save us. We were getting boring between the 3 of us. And Anthony, your technical knowledge and your stats were just brilliant. I mean, I wish I could take notes instead of announce here. I might just give this job up to take more notes on your stats. You guys, this was a lot of fun, and I think we make the league much more fun for everybody by doing this. And getting them come on afterwards is really great. We got to do that more often.
Well, but Duke, we can't do this without you, man. You're the historian of this league, no doubt. You know more about it than anybody else, and you're very passionate about this too, and it comes through in your broadcast. So it's good to have somebody with your experience as the lead. I've enjoyed working with you for these last few years, and I'm glad that I could share this with my Autumn Wind brethren. But thank you for this.
Oh, thank you for the word passionate, because that's what I am. I mean, I love football, and I love the Strat-O-Matic game, and I've been playing it since the Strat-O-Matic football began. I'm one of the original owners of the first set of cards.
You are an OG, brother. You are. It's a pleasure, fellas. Thank you.
Well, you guys have some fun this weekend. Thanks again, Anthony.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.